Oh my god, I just unlocked it. This is just a theory, by the way. I'm not saying that I believe in this. And also, you should not invest money based off of what I'm saying, because I mean, look at how much my inventory is down after the update, all right? Liquid knives and gloves were never actually rare before or after the trade-up update. So it turns out a plus 10% in supply isn't doing as much as people thought. Low-key, I think that's a reasonable, very reasonable take. Guys, look at how many butterfly knife fades that already existed. Look at this. 14,000. Or well, before the update, it was probably like, yeah, it was probably 14,500 before the update. Maybe a little bit more. Let's take another example. M9 Doppler, phase 2. There was already 8,000 of these. So was another 400 really going to make that much of a difference? I don't know, man. Hedge maze. There was already 7,500 of these. Only about 80 new ones have been created. I would say that's irrelevant, bro. 400 in a week. Yeah, but as time goes on, it's only going to get less and less, in my opinion, every single week. Because the reds are going to get more expensive. There's going to be less of these, like, for example, Spectrum cases to open. It's going to slow. It's going to slow. But I could be wrong there. I could be wrong there. I think less and less people will be doing these trade-ups as they get more and more expensive. And then it will just be the really degenerate people, like the rich degenerate people, the mid-tier degenerate people that are doing like 6 or 7 way parlays, and then the content creators as well. I don't know. I doubt that thousands of people are going to be doing Butterfly Knife Ruby trade up every single day like they have been over this last week. Hey, have you heard that skins make you play the game better? Try Skins Monkey, a trading site where you can instantly trade skins safely and easily. Pick your skins, explore thousands of available items, and then trade to get new ones right away. And if it's your first time, you could use code ARROW to get up to $5 for free on your first trade. And if you want to buy skins, with code ARROW, you'll get an extra 5% on top of the 30% deposit bonus every time. That's, let me get a calc, 35% more skins. They also have daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, so use code ARROW to trade out your old skins and buy new ones. Link is in the description. Like, how much would it cost to do a 100% Spectrum knife trade up? Let's take a look. It's a $500 trade up for 100% at a Spectrum. I just don't see the sane population of Counter-Strike players and skin enjoyers doing this trade up. Like, it's so ridiculous. So I believe that this new influx is going to slow. Knives will, and this is a new theory, knives will probably get back to where they were. There is actually possibly this is unlikely, but there is possibly a world in which these knives become more expensive than they were pre-update. Now, this might sound a little bit crazy, but bear with me. People are going to be mass opening the case. The case will become more expensive. The case supply will go down. The demand will go up. Hey guys, this is just a theory. This is just a theory. I don't know if I fully believe this. But follow. Case price goes up. Supply goes down. Demand goes up. Supply goes down. Demand goes up. Red amount increases. They all get traded up. Decrease. Pink increase because there's more people opening the case. They get traded up. Decrease. Red traded up. Decrease. Gold amount obviously will continue to go up and up and up. But because the cases are going up in value and down in supply, that's slang, there's a world in which a Spectrum case, for example, goes from a $4 or $5 case, which it is right now, Spectrum case, right? This is just a theory, by the way. I'm not saying that I believe in this. There's a chance that there's a world in which these go up to $10. We're then seeing breakout case type of numbers, where a breakout case right now is $10, right? Oh my god, it's already $12. These go up to $10. Makes cases more expensive than ever. Makes the ROI go down. But well, that means that the knife price has to go up, right? Otherwise, people are going to stop opening the case. There's going to be more people. Okay, I don't even know if this is a very crazy theory. Basically, the long and the short, more people are opening the case than ever. to get the pinks, to get the reds. Through opening cases, super unlikely to get the max win. This is like a 1 in 200,000 chance, right? People will mass unbox reds, but it's going to be unlikely that they slam in 5 Spectrum case reds into one trade up. It's probably going to be a Spectrum red, like the USPS Neo Noir. It's probably going to be one of these for $100. And then 4 gallery case reds or kilowatt case reds. And then that will delete the supply. Okay, this is how the high tiers become even more expensive. I actually just unlocked it. That makes sense. People will use their unboxed reds alongside the cheaper filler reds. Filler don't really exist anymore, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But they will be using their filler reds from the cheaper collections, and because they're using probably 3 or 4 of them, there's a more likelihood of getting those bad golds. So these already, which once were expensive ones, will become expensive because the case is going up, supply is going down, and then they'll be trading up the reds with reds from other collections and wiping out that case from existence. Oh my god, I just unlocked it. So there's a world, if this theory is correct, there's a world in which knives, which were already expensive pre-update, become even more expensive because there's going to be so many of the cases being mass unboxed and deleting them from the market. And it's going to be more expensive to try and legit open a butterfly knife ruby, for example. So then you can go, all right, I'll just have to buy it. I'll just have to buy it because the reds are so expensive nowadays and the cases are so expensive. Let me just go and buy the knife. Guys, does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. I just kind of came up with that theory. But I think it will probably only be for those super high tier knives. Like your Karambit Emerald. Like your M9 Emerald. Oh my god, I thought I just got trade reversed. How long will this take? 2 or 3 months, maybe? 2 or 3 months? Something like that. Only if there are still secondary markets to cash out on. I mean, I think that's a given that there will be those secondary markets. What is your take on trade-ups being so insanely profitable right now? 1.9x on average. Will reds go up by 1.9x to balance it out? Because trade-ups are so profitable, I do think that reds will go up in value. I think that makes a lot of sense. But I don't know if it'll be like directly proportional. Usually with trade-ups it kind of is, because people are good at figuring out the math. Well, usually it's like worse to do a trade-up because people also spam a somewhat okay trade-up until it's not good. Because people like gambling. Again, it stems back to that. Red will go up, golds will go up, and bad golds go down. I think I agree. Guys, I think I've actually convinced myself that knives are going up higher than they were pre-update. Oh, Jesus. All this yap and the opposite will happen. I don't know, bro. We'll see. I'm like, I am quite joking when I say this, I think. I don't know. I need to think about it more. Guys, hold on. Let me continue on with why I think knives will be higher than they were pre-update. Okay. Guys, in the past 3 years of Counter-Strike, we haven't had this much hype around the game since CS2. More people have heard about the market and saw that it dropped so hard that there probably are people coming back into the game. You could type me in the chat if this is you. People are coming back to the game, buying these skins for cheap. People are probably coming back into the game, buying these skins at the cheaper prices than they've ever been. And there's now a whole new horde of people entering the market, entering into the scene, and getting more skins. So now, the people that were here that cashed out last week, they're going to have to rebuy and now have to deal with these new tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that have re-entered the market. Do you feel me? Bro, I've low-key turned myself on to this whole theory. I started this yap not even believing in this. Even since day 1, day 2, once I first went live, I believed in the theory of everything going up. Okay, no, I'm not Stephen Hawking, bro. Now, I believed in the fact that the cheap knives, the ones that nobody really liked anyways, that will be getting mass traded up to and instantly sold, those will probably go down in price. That's like your Night Stripes, That's your safari meshes, your boreal forest, your forest DD pats, the stuff that nobody really cared about to begin with. It's just like they had to buy that because it was just the cheapest knife that they could get their hands on. Now, on the flip side of that, on the bayonet side of that, the expensive knives that people have always wanted will probably be going up. Even though there's going to be more supply, there is way more people nowadays into the game. I'm not really talking about like your dreams and nightmares cases or your fever cases where there's just millions of those cases in existence. I am still talking here about the spectrums, about the gammas, about the chroma cases, that sort of thing. I think that those expensive knives from those cases will continue to rise. And yeah, there is a world in which they, in my opinion, I've now turned myself on to this theory hard. There is a world in which those become more expensive than they were pre-update. Sorry. Guys, in 2 or 3 months, watch. If I'm wrong, that's okay. I just think it's fun to have theories like this. Guys, at the end of the day, even though what I just said is like very financial advice-y, blah, 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 it's all in jest, okay? This is all a parody, and also, you should not invest money based off of what I'm saying, because, I mean, look at how much my inventory is down after the update, all right? At this point, I'm just sort of poking fun at the market, all right? This is all a bit and comedy. What I would recommend, and this is my advice, you should buy the skins that you like, the ones that you want to play with, the ones that you wouldn't care if they went to 0. You wouldn't care if that was the case, because at the end of the day, you wanted to play with those items. This just is the advice, and I have to say this, otherwise people are going to be upset with me. Buy the skins that you like. It's never smart to be risky. It's never smart to be risky. I have the same financial principle with any market that I enter, right? With CS skins, it's the skins that I believe in. It's the skins that I like. With stocks, I buy into companies that I believe in, that look good to me, that I use myself, that I think have a good 5 years ahead of them. Ones that I wouldn't mind if they went down because I think that it's a good buy right now, okay? I use the same principles. I think it's stupid to do a high-risk thing that if you get burnt, you feel bad about it. If I'm to buy into a knife, even if it goes down, I wouldn't feel bad about it because it's a knife that I would want. Make sure to subscribe.